Okay, hello. We're just gonna hope for the best here. I've never used this screencast-o-matic before, but I guess I'll test it, and there's really no reason I'm saying this. Anyway, I hope that you are having a great Friday. And today I'm going to show you how to find the line of best fit using Desmos on the computer. So instead of just like hand drawing it, we'll actually find the best one and make the computer do it instead of us having to do it. So hopefully that'll be good. So here is my example. It just says the table below gives the number of hours spent studying for a science exam and the final exam grade. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 data points here. And this one says using graph paper, draw, scatter plot, but we are going to actually make Desmos do it. So the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to pull up Desmos, so I'm going to move this over here to this other screen so that I can still see it, and I'm going to open Desmos. Okay, so here is Desmos, and we're just going to hit Graphing Calculator. And so on here, this doesn't really look like what I want it to look like, but I need to be able to put all those X and Y points. So I'm going to go to the plus up here in the top left, and I'm going to say to add a table. And now I can see my X's and my Y's. So I just need to put all my X's and all my Y's from this. I was hoping I could bring that over here. Hold on. I haven't had a Mac for very long, and I don't really know how to do things. So, oh, okay. Kind of. Here's kind of it. So I need to put all my X's and all my Y's. So you can see my X's go across the top. So that's like 2, 5, 1. Someone spent 0 hours studying, 4, 2, and 3. And then my Y's are, someone got a 77, so we got a 92, we got a 70, we got a 63, we got a 90, a 75, and an 84. So we just have to make sure that those get lined up with the correct way. So like the person who studied 2 hours got a 77. And we have all 7 points on there. Okay, great. And now, if I can move my stuff over a little bit. So we can't see anything on this line, but that's just because these points are like up there in like the 70s and 90s. So if we scroll out, then I can see all these points, right? So they go up, you know, the highest score was that 92, which is right here. And if I hover over it, I can see or click on the points. It'll show me the label of those points so you can see them, which is great. And I think I'm just going to try and test if whatever the heck I'm doing is actually working, because it doesn't really... Nothing really seems to be here. I feel like I've like really ruined something. I don't know what's happening here. Where's my screencast-o-matic? Where did it go? Did I accidentally close it? Oh, here it is now. It still says I'm recording. I don't really want that to be there. Trash. Oh, it's just tiny. It's right here. Huh. Well, how about that? Well, guess we'll just go back to it. I just wish I could still see it on this page, but whatever, I guess. Okay. Okay, so I've got all those points there, and now I need to make it give me the line of best fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in the box underneath, and it's kind of like typing y equals mx plus b, but you'll notice on our table it says y1 and x1, so we need to use y1, and I just typed in y and then 1 like normal, and it automatically makes it a subscript like that. And then instead of equal, because it's not exactly equal, we'll do the tilde button, and the tilde button is it is on the top left of your keyboard above the tab. So you have to look for that little squiggle. You do M, X, 1, and you just type it in like normal, and it'll make it one of these, and then plus B. Okay, so that's what you need to type in, Y1 tilde M, X1 plus B. And then it's going to give me all these things. And notice right here where it says parameters, it gives me an M and a B. So those are my slope and my y-intercept. So I could come over here and write the equation now. So my equation is just y equals that m they gave me, so 6.088. I'm going to round to 2 decimal points, so that'd be 6.09 x plus my y-intercept, which was 63.93. We'll go 63.93 instead of 27. So that's my equation right there. So it just tells you the m and the b, and you just get to write it down, y equals mx plus b. You just plug it right in, y equals mx plus b. The other thing we want to pay attention to is something called the correlation coefficient, and that's right here in statistics. It's the r. I don't care about the r squared right now. That's something you'll use if you take like Stat 1040 or AP Stats in the future. But for right now, we're just going to look at plain r, and r is 0.989, and I'm actually going to use all of those. R equals 0.989. That's your correlation coefficient. It runs on a range of 1 to -1, or maybe -1 to 1. And since that's so close to 1, like 0.989 is very close to 1, that means it's very strongly correlated. That word strong. So this would be a strong correlation here. And you can see how well that line goes through. Those points are like really close to our line. So you can see how strong of a correlation that is. Okay, those are the things that you will take off of the computer. So you have to write the equation and then the r value. And we're just going to answer a couple of other questions here. So for instance, predict the exam grade of a student who studied for 6 hours. So we have this equation and x is number of hours. So I would just plug 6 in for x and plug it into my calculator. So I'm going to do, I'll just do it on here. So I'm going to do 6.09 and then I'm going to multiply that by 6. And then, so 6.09 times 6, because I'm plugging 6 in for x, plus 63.93. And that's going to tell me that it is, I can't see, 100.47. So my guess, if a student predicted, or if a student studied for 6 hours, the expected grade that we're seeing right there is actually a 100. We're saying that if they studied for 6 hours, we would expect them to get a 100. A little bit more, but 100 is the best we can get. So I would say, oops, that's not what I wanted. I just want to add a text box. Why am I so dumb? Oh my gosh, let's make this. No, gosh, what happened? No! Oh my gosh, I ruined it. Here it is. I don't know why I tried to make a comment. This is embarrassing. Wow. Well, the grade expected to be a 100. Could this line go on forever? Why or why not? And I would argue that it cannot, because 100 is the highest score you can get. So, no, it would stop at, or maybe I wouldn't say it would stop, but I think it would go up to 100. So we'd get up to 100 and then it would be flat. And then it would be flat. Because after that, like if you studied like 100 hours, you would still get a 100. So at some point you get a 100 and you're not going to get better than that. So it would go up to 100 and then it would be flat after 100. But that's how you get the line of best fit from Desmos. Is just plugging those in. You have to make the table. So follow those instructions and you should be good to go. On your worksheet, you're just plugging in the x and the y's, getting the r value, getting the equation, writing that down there, and then maybe answering a couple of questions. But I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you soon.